Control your emotion or it will control you. The most successful people in the world today who run the world are the people who master emotion intelligence. These are the same people who can control their own emotions and stay calm and have the ability to stay cool when they hit crisis, when they encounter distractions, when there are horrible things that's happening in their life, and when there are really, really bad things happening in their business. I know this is one of the hardest things any human being can master. It took me many years and decades till finally I can say I have mastered emotional intelligence, meaning I'm able to stay very, very chill and calm despite if there are challenges, crises, distractions is happening in my life and business. And there is not a day that people would not come and ask me, well, how do I stay cool? You know, how do I get less angry? How do I go back to neutrality where I'm not like emotionally got sucked out because one bad thing happening to me on the highway today? Whatever that might be, I'm gonna share with you upfront. It will take you many, 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 many years of practice to eventually get to a level where you truly, internally staying calm and ultimately achieve peace. When you get to that level, you are able to make better decisions. You are able to resolve problems with the right solutions much more effectively. More so, you will be able to lead other people much, much better. And here are a few things I have practiced years after years that have helped me to get to a level where today I believe that I have achieved a level of calmness and a level of peacefulness. And I'm able to control my emotion way better than maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And I can tell you it's truly, truly an amazing feeling because nobody or very few people in this world can ever, ever get you angry and mad. And when you are not mad, when you're not angry, you are in control. When the other person is mad, when the other person is angry, when the other person is emotionally sucked out because of a situation, guess what? They are no longer in control, and ultimately you're going to win the game. So first thing, anticipate the worst scenario of everything. Isn't that a hard thing to do? We've been taught, hey, you know, always hope for the best. Always prepare for the best, always thinking positively. You need to do that, but if you want to run a successful life, as you're growing older and more mature, you realize life ain't easy. It's going to throw a lot of rocks at you. It's going to throw a lot of curveballs at you. Because if you're mentally not anticipating the worst thing that can happen to you, you're going to be side punched and never be able to wake up again. Now, I'm not saying you should not be having positive thoughts and positive thinking. You need that. But if you want to do something big in your life, you can't just think positively. You also have to anticipate the worst scenario. For example, if today you start a business as an entrepreneur, you have to think, what's the worst possible outcome of being an entrepreneur? Is that you lose your business, you run out of cash flow, you file bankruptcy. You mentally prepare. If it happens, are you ready for it? If you can handle the worst, then you deserve the best one day. If today you get into a relationship, what's the worst scenario of getting into a relationship with somebody? Do you know it's going to guarantee it's going to work out for the next 2 years or 5 years, 10 years? What's the worst scenario? Break up or divorce. If you find that individual is no longer compatible with you, are you okay with that? If you decide to join or get involved with any type of sales career, such as real estate sales, mortgage sales, car sales, whatever you're selling, right? You're on commission, right? The possibility of making more money is better than a job for sure if you master certain skill set in that particular industry, right? But what's the worst scenario out of that? You know, a lot of people don't ask, right? Oh man, I heard this person sold real estate, made $500,000 a year. Out of how many realtors that one individual made $500,000? You know, out of probably like 100, you probably only find one or two make $500,000. Out of 98, probably only make one transaction the entire year, and they are hungry, and some of them have to go back and get a regular 9-to-5 job. So what is the worst scenario? Is that you're not going to make any money because it's based on commission, right? So if you can position your mind to prepare for the worst scenario, you are no longer being surprised when it actually happened. Second thing, which is very important, is have zero expectation on others. Let me say that again. Have zero expectation on others. The reason why people get angry, frustrated, disappointed is because when you do something for other people, you are expecting in something in return, whatever that might be. Oh, I help you. In return, you should do what I'm asking you to do because I helped you. I taught you this philosophy. I taught you this skill set. Why are you not using this skill set to go out there and make a difference in other people's life? You know what? I am your leader. I'm leading you. I have your best interest. I'm putting so much resources and money and my experience and wanting you and helping you to have the biggest breakthrough in your life. But how come you are so freaking lazy? As a matter of fact, I help you so much. I treat you for dinner. I took you out for coffee. I'm also taking your family out for dinner. But how did you, man, I could not believe you actually speak behind my back and gossip about me. Guess what? Anytime you're expecting anything in return because you did something for other people, you're going to be very, very frustrated emotionally. It will take you many years to do these things I'm teaching you, but it's very doable. It requires a lot of intentional practice. Have zero expectation. When you do good for other people, whatever you're doing, have zero expectation. Meaning, if you do it, great. You don't do it, you know what? We don't have any beef. Third thing, live life with gratitude. All right? Live life with gratitude. And understand one day we're all going to get old. And understand one day we're all going to die. Period. Think about this. The stuff that you worry about when you were 20 years old, do you still worry about the same thing at the age of 35 years old right now? Let's say you're 50 years old now. Are you still worried about the same things that you were worrying about when you were 40 years old? Absolutely not. Because you're getting older. You're getting wiser. You look at life in a different perspective and you start to become more grateful, because anyone, when you are getting older and you see people around you getting sick, pass away, you go to funerals more than weddings or birthday parties, that's the time you look at life completely different. We're all going to get to that level one day, older and also no longer living on this earth. Live life with gratitude. Think about what you have today that you should be grateful for every single day, not the stuff that you don't have yet. You definitely should chase and have a big dream to go after things that you don't have yet. That's called a desire to get more. But while you want to get more, you have to balance out your life by always live your life daily with gratitude of what you already have. And the last thing, hire a mental coach. Some people call a therapist. Somebody that you can talk to constantly that is able to teach you how to process issue. Because when you have the right mental coach, the right therapist, all right, the right teacher that can guide you and teach you about life, about their experience, about thinking outside of the box, you will start to have some kind of calmness inside your heart. You start to develop something called peacefulness inside your soul. When you start to practice and do those 4 things I just shared with you years after year, believe me, one day you will get to a level where you can have total control of your own emotion. And even if you get angry, and even if you get a little bit emotional and just kind of like out of the norm and you piss off at somebody, even if you still have those kind of moments in your life, it will not last an hour, It will not last 2 hours. It will probably last you 5 minutes, and you start to realize, let me get back to neutrality with my emotion. Let me go back to the calmness level, because without calmness, you won't think right. Without calmness, you won't lead right. Without calmness, you will not be able to make precise decisions. So, I hope the 4 things I shared with you today have helped you to start to understand why having emotional intelligence is extremely, extremely important as you're getting older, because we're no longer teenagers. Teenagers can get emotional, all right? But when you get to 21, 25, 30, this is the time you need to start to develop emotional intelligence. I hope today's video have helped a lot of you on this particular subject and matter. Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And also, maybe you got some ideas that I have not covered on this video, what you believe, and also maybe what you know can help someone to control their own emotion a little bit better. JW here, and thank you, and see you next time. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.